Welcome, everybody. Let's go, Niners. My name is Jason Aponte. Woo! Man, what a win. Shout out to everybody who's checking in right now. 49ers win on Monday Night Football convincingly. And we talked about it. The things that we don't know about this team, the one thing we know about this team is that we know nothing. And this begs the question, where was this last week? Where was this many weeks ago? Look what happened when the 49ers play their game. I'm going to let people get in here. I'm going to crack a beer. I'm not going to show the beer because they didn't cut the check or anything like that. But this feels good. This feels real good. This fan base needed this. We needed this. The 49ers needed this. The whole Kyle Shanahan stuff gets put to bed because Kyle absolutely dominated the Rams. The 49ers own the Rams. That's it. Point blank, period. No more discussions. No more discussions. It's not Matthew Stafford. It's not Jared Goff. It is Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers own the Los Angeles Rams. This feels good, man. This is what's really good about this game. The Rams knew exactly what the 49ers wanted to do. The 49ers ran the ball. And the best part about it is when you run the ball and the defense knows you want to run the ball and you're able to execute it, that's the team that we believe we were going to be seeing this season. And they came out and they dominated. The Rams played like a pitiful team today. Pitiful. Everyone. All across the board. Matthew Stafford was awful. Cooper Kupp had drops. Their other receivers had drops. They just played. I don't understand what it is. When they get into Levi's or the 49ers are across from them, they forget how to play football. It's insane. And look, I got to eat a ton of crow. Because on sprint right option, I didn't pick the 49ers to win. So you guys can kill me for that. This is how you know everything went right. This is how you know everything went right. Robbie Gould hits a 50-yarder. Jimmy Garoppolo manages this game perfectly. Tom Compton plays a ton of snaps and barely heard his name called because the game plan was executed properly. Odell Beckham was a non-factor. Von Miller got taken for a ride by George Kittle. George Kittle made big catches. Kyle Shanahan went for the dagger on fourth down. The dagger to Deebo Samuel for the touchdown. Iced the game. Where was this team last week? Where was this team a few weeks ago? That was the most complete game the 49ers have played. They had not done it all year, and they had finally done it. That's what this team looks like when they execute the game plan. And don't look now. I understand that, everything's week to week. We don't want to get too high or too low because, this league will humble you really fast. But the Jacksonville Jaguars are next. And the 49ers have a real opportunity right now to go 5-5. They are right in the thick of the playoff hunt right now at this point. I mean, this win, if you want to get excited about it, you should. You should be. You absolutely should be. Why wouldn't you be? Enjoy the win. This is going to be an amazing week. An amazing week on here. The Kyle Shanahan stuff gets put to bed for a little while. Jimmy Garoppolo did enough to keep the job. Not one snap from Trey Lance. The defense made plays when they could. We can nitpick about the pass rush. That's fine. But they made plays when they needed to. Jimmy Ward. Y'all want to start putting some respect on his name? I'm tired of the slander. Tired of it. Now what you going to say? Look at the night and day difference when he's on the field. You don't give up anything deep anymore. Eddie, thank you for the donation. Mitchell, Wilson, and Deebo. Kyle ran the ball. Jimmy Ward. First one, you want to throw that away because it was an arm punt? Cool. Pick 6, sets the tone. You're down 14-0 that quick. Jimmy Ward, put some respect on the man's name. I'm tired of it. I don't want to hear anybody. He's not injured all the time, like people are saying, because he missed one game. And the 49ers Desperately needed that man. And look what happened. Shout out to everybody checking in. Nice Wu-Tang gear. Yeah, I kind of switched it up. Normally I would be watching the game here in the house, all ninered out. Thought I might change it up a little bit. Maybe it worked. Maybe the Wu-Tang sweater will be back Sunday. Who knows? 49ers have a quick week. They got to get ready for Jacksonville, fly across the country. They should not take the Jaguars lightly. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this. Man. Whew. Azeez Al-Shaair, balling. Amazing game today. I mean, this is a little bit of a glimpse of what I was telling you guys because everybody wants to kill me for my Greenlaw takes. But Azeez Al-Shaair is playing very well. Very well. May have some bumps and bruises, or some valleys and peaks. But he's playing very well. Playing very well. Jimmy Ward, so happy for you, man. What they going to say about you now, bro? What they going to say about you now? The butt INT. Man, that was literally the greatest interception ever, and it was wiped away because of a bogus PI call. That game would have been much worse. And then there was other drop picks. Fred dropped a pick. Mosley had a pick that was was broken up by Hufanga. Sean McVay coached this game scared. A fake punt? A fake field goal? Really? That's what you're running with? A fake field goal. You were desperate. Desperate. It's crazy, man. It is crazy. I have to eat a ton of crow on two things. One, that I didn't pick the 49ers to win this game. And two, that I thought the 49ers only own Jared Goff. They own the Rams. And I hope some Rams fans are watching. I hope you're watching. Because what you going to say now? 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Whew. Most complete game played by the 49ers. Got absolutely dominated. Unfortunately, Jalen Moore got injured. Didn't seem like it was something that was too serious. He was on a stationary bike, as I could hear, people talking about who were at the game or was tweeting about it. So it doesn't seem like it's something, overly serious. We're going to find out in a little while. Maybe, he'll be back out there. But Tom Compton didn't play too terribly there. That's the best thing I could say. The best thing I could say. But Sean McVay, man, you little bro for real. You little bro for real. The Rams little bro for real. I wonder if Aaron Donald knows who Deebo Samuel is now. Where would this 49ers team be right now without Deebo Samuel? Serious question. Serious question. The man continues to make play after play in money moments. Ice the game. Go for it on 4th down. 4th down. You know I love me some 4th down attempts. Don't punt the ball. Step on their neck. And Jimmy made a great play. Jimmy was great, man. He just managed the game. He did what he had to do. Made 1 oh no, 2 oh no throws. Just didn't end up being intercepted, but he managed the game. Kyle Shanahan knew exactly what he wanted to do in this game. Run the ball 40 times, take it out of Jimmy Garoppolo's hands. It worked. The best part about it is the Rams thought exactly what was going to happen was that. And guess what? Couldn't stop it. Couldn't stop it. Von Miller, welcome to LA, buddy. I posted the video on the timeline. George Kittle literally taking this man for a ride. Welcome to LA. Saw you wearing that gas mask. Kind of needed it, huh? Jalen Ramsey punching air. I love it. I love it. This is exactly the type of win the 49ers needed. This is exactly the type of win this fan base needed. And shout out to the faithful at Levi's, man. That place was rocking. Finally, something to cheer about. Let's get the Rams in there every single week on a home game. That's how we win. Jamal, shout out to you, man, for the donation. Offense sustaining long drives led to the defense staying fresh and aggressive throughout the game. Offense and D playing off each other. Team win. Most complete game for the 49ers. This is it. This was it. Dylan, chill out. I mean, what else can we say here? I mean, Hufanga played great in this game as well, too. But you notice the difference when Jimmy Ward's in there. No more miscommunications on the back end. Guys aren't running free behind them. And Hufanga, again, last week, he got burnt in coverage, but he learned. And you saw him drive on that ball that actually was a perfect pass breakup. That's what I'm for. If you're going to make mistakes and you're going to go for it, then learn from it. And that's the part of the development portion. Right now, there's no talk about any sort of development now, anything like that. First time all season that the 49ers had all of their rookies active on game day. But no Trey Sermon. Jeff Wilson's back. Nice to see him back. Made a bunch of blocks. Deebo in the backfield. Elijah Mitchell's the real deal. I mean, this is great. This was a great win. Kind of reminded people of what we all thought this 49er team could be, right? Scary what happens when things get put and people execute. And Juan, I want to bring that. I'm glad you brought that up. That one was kind of 2019 vibes. That game. Not this team. That game. That game felt like 2019. That's the most fun 49ers game since 2019. Or I guess, no, that was. Because even the 2 wins against the Rams last year, I wouldn't necessarily say they were fun. They were good games, but this was fun. Game got out of hand in the third quarter. Like when Deebo runs that in on 4th down, game's over. Game's over. Shout out to you, Kyle. Told everybody to simmer down real quick. Put some respect on that man's name. And he owns Lil Bro. But the question is, where do the 49ers go from here? Don't look too far down the schedule. Just look at next week. Jacksonville Jaguars. Look, they beat the Buffalo Bills 2 weeks ago. They gave the Indianapolis Colts everything they could handle last week. 49ers should win this game. But don't go in there expecting that, especially going on the East Coast. Just make sure you execute at this level, and it's going to be hard for any team to beat you, let alone the Jacksonville Jaguars. Cheers. I hope everybody's got a drink. This was a much-needed win. Very much-needed win. Man, I'm so happy for Jimmy Ward. So happy for Jimmy Ward, man. Coming back off of the injury, literally makes a big play like that. Deebo Samuel is carrying this team. Brandon Ayuk was involved a little bit as well, too. You saw them throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage to him. That was great. Elijah Mitchell looks great. I mean, this is great. This was so much fun. Isn't it much more fun to talk about wins? No spicy Aponte. No crazy outbursts. No rants. Who could have anything bad to say about what they just watched on national television when everyone, including myself, didn't pick the 49ers to win? Steve Young picked the 49ers to win. Shout out to Steve. Vish, thank you for the donation. When Kyle Shanahan owns the game plan with a lot of runs to set up great pass plays, we are a dominant team. Yeah. And when Jimmy Garoppolo is executing this and managing the game this way, hard to beat. And the defense wasn't even necessarily as dominant as the score may look. Let me explain. Obviously, the 2 interceptions helped. Matthew Stafford was off all game. And nothing was really right with them because they were dropping a bunch of passes. But for a long time, the 49ers had a tough time getting to Matthew Stafford. But they executed. And when you're able to score points and put pressure on them to score points and put them in positions where you make them predictable, that's when things go your way. So you can win even if the defense isn't up to par. First time that both sides of the ball came to play. This is going to be a fun week, man. It's going to be a fun week to break all this down. Luke, appreciate that, man, for the donation. Appreciate you guys who are in here. We got almost like 225 people in here. Everybody, hope you guys got a drink. Let's talk. Let's enjoy this for a little while. We don't even have to really talk about next week. Let's just enjoy this. It's been a while. The 49ers have not won a game in Levi's for almost 400 days. Let me say that one more time. 400 days almost was the last time that the 49ers won in Levi's. It's been a while. It's been a while. George, appreciate the donation. Tomorrow, I'm drunk. Hey, man, just be responsible, man. Just be responsible. Cheers to that, man. Cheers to that. Juan, I love the win. It was a beating, but did the Rams show up? It'll be a battle if we get to the wild card versus the Rams, hopefully thinking, yeah, the Rams really laid down. They just laid down in this game. I don't know what it is about when they play the 49ers. They play their worst games. And for everybody who's in here, if you're enjoying the stream, make sure you hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on those notifications all week. I'm going to be having shows. It's going to be a fun week, different guests. We're going to be breaking this one down all week while we get ready for Jacksonville. But make sure you hit those likes so you can send this video up in the algorithm. Help me get discovered. Appreciate you guys who are in here. And look what happens when you run the ball and you continue to run the ball. You wear the defense down. And also mentally, it wears the defense down. When you know exactly what's coming and you can't stop it, do you know how hard that is to process? You literally know what's coming and you can't do anything about it. You cannot do anything about it. That's it. Wow, Luis, thank you for the donation. Mitchell Wilson and eventually Sermon, Mostert, and Lance and Deebo. How about that? Yeah, that's looking forward for sure. I mean, for a little while now, we really don't have to talk about the Trey Lance thing because Jimmy Garoppolo was fine in this game. Executed the offense, was good with his checks. The 49ers converted on third downs. That was the thing I took away from this game. That is something that they hadn't done all year. Third downs. Absolutely converted on third downs, and they had 1 or 2 penalties, I believe. Look what happens when you don't shoot yourself in the foot, fumble the ball, penalize yourself, and you do things correctly and just execute. Crazy. Crazy. It's going to be a fun week around here, man. It's going to be a fun week. Yeah, not many drops either. Good call. How are you? That's your name, right? Not many drops either. Yeah. So, Gustavo, come on. Come on. He won himself another week. Let's not do that. But honestly, for everything that was talked about going into this game, I watched the pregame show, and it almost seemed like the Rams were playing nobody because all they talked about was Odell Beckham, Von Miller, the Rams. Here they come. Not really any mention of the 49ers. That'll show them. I hope some Rams fans are in here, and if not, you're probably going to watch this off a live stream, or you're going to watch the replay in a little while, maybe later on, but I just want to tell you to your face, the 49ers are your daddy. How's it feel? Got to feel good. I hope you guys come at me on the internet too, on Twitter. That would be really cool too, because I got some memes for you. Shame. A shame. All that. Matthew Stafford, Odell Beckham, all that. Still can't beat the Niners. Can't feel good. Cannot feel good. 5 in a row. 5 in a row. Aaron Donald, you know who Deebo Samuel is now. You know exactly who he is. We don't know you, though. You made 1 play in this game. Don't really do too much against the 49ers, huh? Maybe Brunskill does own him. I didn't really hear anything about Brunskill either. Leonard Floyd was got a little dinged up in this game. Sean McVay, you little bro for real. No matter what, you little bro. It's okay, man. It happens. It happens. George, thank you for the donation as well, too, man. Appreciate that. Ram fans are talking spicy, man. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. I didn't expect the 49ers to win this game. I did not. But here we are. I'm glad to eat crow on this one. Eddie, thank you for this donation right here. Got to build on this win. Consistency is key for successful teams. Can't wait to see it next week in Jacksonville. Yes. And you're going to be at the game, Eddie. Enjoy that game. You and your son at the 50-yard line. Enjoy the sun. Hopefully the 49ers walk out of there with a win. I believe they will. I'm going to go out on a limb and already pick them. But the game might not be as easy as all that. George, thanks for the donation again, man. I appreciate you. Oh, yeah. We got to hit LA in week 17. Well, week 18. And we might need that win again in the playoffs. Rams could play spoiler. Maybe. We ain't worried about week 18, though. What if the 49ers, win a bunch of games and they don't need week 18? Let's just talk about today. 5 in a row. We own the Rams. Own them. Fact. Can't debate it. That's it. No reason to look down the line. No reason to look at when's the next time we're playing. I'm actually going to be out there, too, for that LA game. I can't wait now. This is so good. But, yeah, who cares? I'm not looking the next week, the week after that, whatever. This week, the 49ers own the Rams. Badly. 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 That game was not even really close. What feels worse? The Rams playing like dog, or just getting dog walked over and over by the 49ers? In SoFi, at Levi's, 49ers can't win at Levi's. Haven't won for almost 400 days. Dominated. 49er fans having so much fun, they're doing the wave at the game. which I know a lot of people don't like, but the 49ers needed that. The 49er fans needed that. And it's just something the 49ers have not done. Put together a complete game. Convert on third downs. Not shoot yourself in the foot. Stick to the run. This was it. This was it. And I'm just really happy that there's going to be reinforcements coming. Dre Greenlaw's coming back. You know, like little by little. This is a very much week-to-week league. I hate to keep saying it. It's very much cliched, but it is. It's a week-to-week league. Stack those wins. And the NFC doesn't exactly have teams that are running away with it besides the Packers. I mean, the Packers in Dallas and Tampa probably, right? But the NFC right now is largely unknown. I mean, the Carolina Panthers are 5-5. The Minnesota Vikings just beat the Chargers. But week to week, all these freaky games are happening. This is a great win. Great win. A lot of fun. Don't have to worry about what's going on next week. Don't have to start counting wins and looking at the schedule. Just enjoy this week. Think about how hard the last few weeks were. Think about how hard it was to go through what just happened with Arizona, right? And especially yesterday, watching what Arizona did against Carolina, 49er fans were losing their minds. How did they let this happen to him? You know what? It happens. It's done. It's been a wild 2 weeks in the NFL. Bengals losing to the Jets. Buffalo loses to Jacksonville. Denver dog walks Dallas and then gets beat by Philly. This season is insane right now. Something about it is even more unpredictable than normal. I can't put my finger on it. Don't know what's going on. But, you know, as I said, going into this game, the one thing we know about the 49ers is that we don't know anything. And, you know, watch this be the week. Even if I wasn't predicting a win, it wouldn't have shocked me if the 49ers did this. And look what they just did on national television. The spotlight all on the Rams. Nobody talked about the 49ers in this game. Nobody. None. Just enjoy the win. I mean, we're at each other's throats all the time about who should be playing and, you know, what is the coach doing and when is the development going to happen. Just toss that aside for a little bit. Enjoy the win. Enjoy the win. I'll take some of your questions and we could sit around and talk for a little bit. We're about 20 minutes in. Again, anybody in here who's enjoying the stream, make sure you hit like and, you know, that'll help me out a lot. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure that you put notifications on so you know when we go live. It's going to be a really fun week full of stuff. You know, Brad Graham, Sprint Red Option Podcast with Andrew Pasquini. I'll probably be on Grant's show this week. So I'm going to be all over the place. It's going to be a lot of fun to dissect. Much more fun to talk about this than it was that Arizona game, I promise. Yeah, I mean, 49ers needed this. They needed this sort of win. Just, this is it. That Deebo touchdown celebration was great. Great. Like, him just there like that was perfect. It's perfect. Perfect, man. Deebo Samuel's the MVP of this team, and it's not even close. And the more the 49ers win, you got to start talking about him as an MVP candidate in the league. Am I wrong? He's carrying this football team. Carrying it. Where would this team be without Deebo Samuel? 40 times they ran the ball. The Rams knew exactly what was coming, and the 49ers imposed their will. That's what we thought the 49ers would be going into this season. That's it. And look what they did. Rams knew what was coming, couldn't do anything about it. Jalen Ramsey being upset. Von Miller going flying. Aaron Donald's a ghost. What happened? The Rams are good. They're a good team. They're going to make the playoffs. But what is it about when you play the 49ers that you can't do anything against them? Jason, the last time wide receiver scored MVP, probably a long time, and he won't. He definitely won't. Quarterbacks only win, MVP. I'm just saying he needs to be tossing that to discussion right now. How can he not? He's carrying this football team. They literally had him lined up as a running back. Matthew's asking what happened to Moore. Something with his knee, I believe. And he was on a stationary bike, and it happened pretty early in the game, actually, too. So, I mean, yeah, it sucks, because we couldn't even really get a good glimpse of how he was doing, because there was one play where Aaron Donald kind of just blew right by him with a veteran move, and Jalen Moore was just like blocking air. But unfortunately, he got injured, so we can't really evaluate. I think that's what's more frustrating, because I don't think the injury is going to be that serious. I think what's more frustrating is that we didn't get a glimpse of him, or we didn't get a full evaluation of him. So we don't really know what's going to happen going forward. And if he's missing next week, then you know who's starting. But whatever. Let's keep the good vibes going. I don't want to talk about that. So, Kyle said he didn't give out a game ball tonight. Who would you have given a game ball to? Man, Kyle. I would have given it to him. I would have said, hey, Kyle, take it for yourself. I mean, you executed the game plan flawlessly. And it wasn't necessarily one person. I mean, Deebo went crazy in this game, right? Elijah Mitchell got a lot of tough yards. But the game plan, this was what everybody envisioned with Kyle. Like, being able to win games by being able to go at the game plan and continue. Like, it got past the script, and he continued to do well. So I would say, Kyle, this is a team win. This is a team win. So I understand completely about him not giving out the game ball. But on defense, probably Jimmy Ward. I guess maybe Deebo Samuel. But in my eyes, I think this is a team win, man. I think that a lot of people played well. I can't really say that anybody played awful. Josh Norman got bailed out by the fact that Van Jefferson ran out of real estate. That would have been a touchdown that he would have gave up, and it would have been over his head. But hey, whatever. We don't want to nitpick. It wasn't a touchdown. Give it to Robbie Gould. Good from 50. Good for you, man. Way to go, buddy. Maybe kickers do matter. See? We're dispelling all narratives now. Maybe kickers do matter. Can't believe you made a kick from 50, man. Greatest day of my life. Birth of my daughter. Push to the side. Number 2. Today's the greatest day of my life. Robbie Gould made a kick from 50. Pop the champagne. Sure showed me. Sure showed me. What am I drinking? Can't talk about that because they don't cut the check. It's beer. Don't give anybody any free promotion. Nobody gets free promotion anymore. Gold shut me up. He heard me talking. I sent out a tweet earlier of a video of him talking with Odell Beckham. And I said the best kicker on the field and Robbie Gould. Sure showed me, right? Christian, thank you for the donation, man. Jimmy Ward kept his receipts and backed it up. Same old sorry-ass Rams. How did you become a Niners? How did you become a fan of the Niners coming from the East Coast? Well, real quick, my father went to Indiana University when Joe went to Notre Dame, and he basically said that he was bigger than Jesus. He followed him when he came back. My father's from the Bronx. When he came back, he followed the 49ers, and that's where I got it from. There's pictures of me running around in a 49ers jersey. I was born in the 80s. I remember one Super Bowl, which was in 95. But yeah, that's how it happened. My dad went to Indiana when Joe went to Notre Dame. So hopefully that helps. But yeah, he made a 62-yarder in 2019. Yeah, but since 2019, he was 3 for 10 from 50. That's 30% for the people that don't like math. Robbie Gould is just an average kicker, but thank you for making that kick. And to further my point, Joey Slye made 2 from 50 in 2 games. 2 in 2 games for 2. So, cool game today. No game balls given out. Robin Pratt says. But I think we kind of touched on it. I think this was the most complete game the 49ers have played, and didn't really need to give it out. I mean, obviously, Deebo Samuel was the offensive star, and Jimmy Ward was the defensive star. 2 interceptions, doubled up his total. Jimmy Ward hadn't had an interception since 2016. That is wild. But the point that I always raise about that is you can't get interceptions when they don't throw the ball your way. When you wipe out routes and there's no attempt to get the ball, what are you supposed to do? So I think that it's a little bit overblown. But I'm glad that he got that out the way. People can't say much about that now. But yeah, more 2019 vibes because he made that kick. Yeah, I mean, this feels good. This feels way better than obviously last week. And Carlos, yes, sir, man. Aziz Al-Shaair looks good, man. You guys gonna start listening to me on that one, man. He's been playing very well. He had an off game last week, but the 49ers as a whole had an off game last week. But for the most part, Aziz Al-Shaair has been amazing. So, I mean, just another find. I mean, he's a free agent next year. Hopefully the 49ers bring him back. But I don't think that it will be some, big deal that you have to bring him back for. He's been amazing. And I'm happy. He had a great game today. He's been great in the run game. He was amazing today. Stafford threw that first one to him. Yeah, we talked about that, Brian. It was an arm punt, but the other one wasn't. And then to be able to take that back. See, that's the thing. Interceptions for a lot of the times is luck. And it's people throwing at you. Sometimes the ball just bounces into your hands, but it counts as an interception. Most of the time, that's how it works for corners. Xavier Howard, for example, last year led the league in interceptions, but he was tested constantly. They threw the ball at him. He has great ball skills, no doubt, but he had a lot of opportunities. When they don't throw the ball at you, what are you supposed to do? After tonight, the 49ers have a 33% chance to make the playoffs. So you're telling me there's a chance. And I'm sure that'll go up if the 49ers win next week against Jacksonville. So let me ask you, would you replace Al-Shaair when Greenlaw comes back healthy? It's going to be really hard to take Aziz Al-Shaair off the field. Seriously. I mean, I think it's just going to depend on the base downs and when, when they go big dime and all that stuff. So we'll see. It's going to be hard, man. It really is. You'll have a hard time putting Dre Greenlaw back on that field and taking Aziz Al-Shaair off. Seriously. Hate to be a little bit of a downer, but the Rams played like crap, dropped hella balls. Oh, well, 49er fans could start screaming Super Bowl again. Yeah, but the Rams always play bad against the 49ers. Always. This happened last year, too. Remember? Cooper Kupp had a drop in the end zone, and then Dre Greenlaw stops Henderson, and then Jason Verrett made that interception. What is it about the Rams playing the 49ers that makes them play like crap? We own the Rams. Their heart right here in our hand. That's what Kyle Shanahan has. Sean McVay's heart right here. Doesn't matter. Everybody wanted to say it was Robert Saleh knowing exactly what to do with McVay. Saleh's not here. Kyle has their heart. Don't get bogged down in the semantics. Enjoy the win. No downers in here. None. I'm sure playoff chances would be higher if they beat the Cardinals last week. Well, hard to argue that one. That damn Colt McCoy. That damn Colt McCoy, man. Hate it. Kyle owns McVay. Yep, there you go. Rams are scared of the Niners. It's in their head at this point. Cooper Kupp has been the best. Is the offensive player of the year right now. Cooper Kupp dropping passes. Still had 11 catches, 100-something yards. Still leads the world in everything. But dropping passes at opportune times. Jason, you see the 49ers helmet chain Deebo had so hard. Yeah, man. Deebo's not on this world anymore. He's not on this planet anymore. We need to have a long conversation about where Deebo lands in the hierarchy of wide receivers. Seriously. He's playing that well. I mean, he does it all. He does it all. Playing in the backfield. Catching passes on fourth down and ending the game. He's insane. Week in, week out. Best player on the 49ers. Week in, week out. Niners have the Rams number, address, email, Skype ID. Yeah, man. How y'all feel about DeMeco Ryans? I think this is a good discussion point right here because a lot of people just forget that DeMeco Ryans is a first-year defensive coordinator. So I felt it was very unfair for you to go ahead and compare Robert Saleh's fifth year and his first year because I'm old enough to remember how you guys felt about Saleh in his first year. Couldn't make adjustments. Now, yes, does DeMeco Ryans have better personnel than Saleh did? Of course, hands down. But I think that when you talk about adjustments, scheme, remember what he did against Arizona? He held Kyler Murray to 1 rushing yard. I think he's a little bit further ahead of Robert Saleh in terms of where he was in year one. Obviously, players are different. He didn't have Fred Warner, Nick Bosa. I get that. But DeMeco Ryans is learning. He's going to take his bumps and bruises. Cliff Kingsbury knew where to attack him. And, the 49ers were caught off guard. It happens. It's his first year. He's a rook, man. It's just Just chill out. That's the thing. You can't. I think because of the expectations that came into the season, you start to lose sight of where people are. And for me, I think D'Amico Ryans is doing a fine job right now in his first year. And if he continues to progress, because that's the one thing that you can say about Robert Saleh. Robert Saleh got way better, and he got much better, and he improved. How many coaches can you say that? If D'Amico Ryans can improve, there you go. They were scared to get hit. Maybe. What happened the second time? I just said that. He's going to take his bumps and bruises. It's going to happen. You expect him to be lights out in 1 year? But Kyler Murray had 1 rushing yard. The Rams scored 17 points. Don't let that get lost on you because of one other performance. For the most of the part of the season, he's been fine. He's been fine. It's not easy to do what he's doing, especially jumping into a team that had these expectations. But in year 1, he's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. No reason to fire him. Nothing like that. It's there. If he continues to progress, then that's all you ask for. That's it. He's fine. Viet, that was the first definitive win we had. Is that a sign, or is it just we do well against the Rams? Hopefully it's both. But yeah, the Rams, I don't know, man. They just don't play good against the 49ers, or they don't play well. My mom would kill me if she heard me use that one. They don't play well against the 49ers. Drop passes, not executing. Just, I don't know what it is about that. And Bosa was held all game too. Yeah, man. What is up with that? The man was in a headlock. It's crazy. George, Jimmy G is still Jimmy G. Yeah. I mean, he executed though. And I really think that when you look at it in that way, game manager, make sure that you execute the game plan. I think he did fine. So, yeah, for a little while, kind of just calmed down. So, that's it. I mean, there's not really much you could say. Jimmy's Jimmy. And as long as those no throws don't turn into interceptions, anything like that, you'll take it. If he can execute the game plan, the 49ers can play like that, that's it. I don't know if you can remember asking if you got your credentials a long time ago, but since you are now, congrats on your success and being credentialed. Love the content. Keep it up. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that, man. It was tough. We had a little bit of a mix-up when it came to camp. But I didn't let that stop me because I already had a goal in mind to cover training camp, and I was going to do it one way or another. 49ers kind of flipped up on me, kind of flipped up on us as a whole, like told us one thing, did a whole other thing, but you can't stop something that I already have in my mind. So I was going to make it, and I was going to make that happen. So I appreciate those kind words because can't stop this train. When I said I was going to cover training camp, I'm going to do it. It's going to be really hard to stop me from doing it one way or another. So AJ Brown is widely regarded as a borderline top 10 wide receiver. Why isn't Deebo in that conversation with him? I understand the Deebo injury history concerns. This season is tough to say no to that. It really is. This season it's going to be really tough to say that. I mean, Deebo Samuel has much better numbers than him. Obviously, the only person who has better numbers than him was the guy across from him today, Cooper Kupp. And now AJ Brown's the only game in town. Julio Jones is injured. Everybody knows that the 49ers are going to be going to Deebo Samuel. Why can't you stop it? It's a good discussion. I think everybody gets wrapped up in height, strength, speed, because AJ Brown has all that. Amazing. And yeah, I mean, just it is what it is, man. I mean, at this point, you really have to start looking at it like Deebo Samuel is the focal point of this offense, and yet nobody can stop him. And they do it the same way every week. Throws behind the line of scrimmage, having him in the backfield, slants. But you can't stop it. And this is what happened in camp. When I was there at camp every day, Deebo Samuel was head and shoulders the best player on the field. And it completely translated. So good, man. So good. So happy for him. Because I think he heard all of that running back talk, extension of the run game stuff. He didn't want to hear it anymore. He was baking Jason Verrett. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't able to get him the ball down the field when he would win those reps. But watching him, it was clear his game was going to another level. And yeah, the only concern is really his injuries. But when he's on the field, he's dominant. And everything that he did in training camp is now translating he is pushing himself into that conversation. Has to. But A.J. Brown's only an inch taller. Is he? Damn, I didn't even know that. A.J. Brown's only an inch taller, but he does have high speed. So does Deebo. Man, really? Man, that sure shuts me up. I had no idea about that, man. I mean, it just seems like A.J. Brown is just this giant man. Like Terrell Owens type, right? Like, I guess that's like what he was being comped as. That's crazy. I had no idea, man. That's insane. So 40 minutes in, we can stick around for like maybe 5-10 more minutes. If you guys have any other good questions, any good topics we could talk about, I'm with it. Like I said, I'm having fun right now. We've got over 250 people in here right now. If you guys are in here, please drop a like. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Put those notifications on so you can be notified of live videos anytime that I go live, any sort of new uploads. But those likes will really help push this number up. And hopefully you sending these likes up, get some Rams fans in here so we can have a little fun with them. Because they always like to pop a lot of stuff on us on the internet. It's funny. I remember when I got back from the Senior Bowl, and I did a show with Vish. And, it was right after the Stafford trade happened. And we were talking about what's the dynamic now. And, I think Vish and I shared the same sentiment of, okay, that was Jared Goff. This is Matthew Stafford. And one of those Rams fans or whatever, they like cut the clip like while I was on the show, literally still while I was doing the live show with Vish, cut the clip and like tagged me and was like, see, even 49ers fans knows. And I'm just like, oh my God, man, these guys are lurking. They're everywhere. So those Rams fans, they really like to dish it, but they don't really like to take it. So if you know a Rams fan, make sure you give them the business because I'm sure they walked into this game with their chest poked out. And a lot of them on the internet, they really spicy sometimes. And they like to talk a lot, a lot of crazy mess. 5 straight. 5 straight. Let's see. How many wide receivers are better than Deebo? That's a good question, man. I mean, I think he's getting into that top 10 discussion at this point. I can't really think about it right now, only because got a lot of stuff going on in my head. I'm in here talking with you guys. I can't really think off the top of my head how many it would be. Maybe that's something I'll sit down and do and go through it. But, I mean, his numbers are second to none. I mean, well, second to one. Cooper Kupp, right? But what happens when Cooper Kupp goes in his bye week and Deebo Samuel keeps playing? Is he going to catch up? I still think that Deebo Samuel has the edge on him in yards per game. I think. If he did a few weeks ago. I'm not certain if he does now. I'm going to check that out after I get off of here. But, yeah. 5 straight. They can't handle when the Niners run on them, Roland. Talk to him, man. Let him know, bro. Let him know. They came into this game chest poked out. We're angry. We lost to the Titans. Roar, roar, roar. You just got punked on national television. That's what happened. What is it about this team, man, that they just forget how to play football? Cooper Kupp doesn't drop anything all year. All of a sudden, he's dropping passes. Crazy. They can't execute. Matthew Stafford and Odell Beckham were not on the same page on that interception, that first one. The second interception, that's not really on Stafford. It just bounced off of Cooper Kupp's chest or somebody else. I believe it was Kupp. If it wasn't him, it was Van Jefferson. And then Jimmy took it to the crib. But there was plenty of other plays that they could have had interceptions on. Mosley dropped 2, I think. Fred dropped 1. The 49ers were everywhere. Played a great job. Played a great job. Played a great game. See, this is how you know, because it's 11:50 on the East Coast. And I drank a cup of coffee before the game started. Trying to keep myself awake. We're about 45 minutes in. But this is a good one, man. This is a really, really good one. Should just enjoy it. Don't look too far down the line. Don't start counting wins. Anything like that. Just enjoy this win. Let's loud what happened here. Let's calm down the Kyle Shanahan play calling stuff because he was masterful today and he knew exactly what he wanted to do. But, yeah, I mean, this is a great team win. First time that the 49ers played a full game. A full game. And I went into this game telling you guys, the 49ers have played about 6 to 7 good quarters over the season, and I thought that 3 of them came in the Lions game. This was the most complete 49ers win. Hands down. No questions asked. No questions asked. 450 in the UK. Steve, appreciate you for tapping in that early in the morning over there, I mean, this win must have you buzzing, because I really can't go to sleep sometimes when the 49ers play well like this too. So I appreciate you tapping in, man. That means a lot. Greetings over there in the UK, man. Robert, thank you for the donation. This is huge for us and fans, man. Despite the pain of the last few weeks, this feels good. Exactly. That's it. Don't overthink it, and don't start looking down the line. Just enjoy this week. That's it. That's all you need to do. 49ers have eyes on 500, but we'll talk about that down the line. Let's dissect this win, and let's move, and let's enjoy this, because this was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun, man. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Appreciate you guys for tapping in. Once again, please send a like over. Make sure you hit like, close the chat out, hit a like on your YouTube app. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit notifications, because we're going to be going live a lot this week. A lot to talk about. And make sure that you're notified every time that we actually put up new videos, everything like that. Sprint Right Option Podcast tomorrow. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Enjoy the win, and have a beer, have a drink, because on the West Coast it's only 8:52. You guys get the party for a while. I'm gonna try to get to sleep, but I appreciate everybody for tapping in. We had almost 275 people in here at one time. Great win for the 49ers. Impressive win, emphatic win, something that the 49ers really needed. So, as always, let's go Niners. Welcome, everybody. Let's go Niners. My name is Jason Aponte.